What a player.
And it's amazing how many people don't realise.
Oh wow. Like that. I mean, come on. Did you see that ball?
Strike. Is it the perfect strike?
There are a number of golf brands now on the market providing top quality products for cut prices. In today's video, I am reviewing a product which I've seen on YouTube so many times and I've finally got my hands on. Guys, I have the MILESSEY PF1 rangefinder, and for me, this looks like it does pretty much everything rangefinders almost double its price do for a proportion of the price. We're gonna have a match out here at Woolley Park Golf Club, really put this to the test. So I know here that I have 108 yards to cover the water, but then I also have 202 yards to the bunker at the back. You see, this is where you can really start to use these really well. Guys, the MILESSEY PF1 is ultra lightweight, it is waterproof, so if it does rain on you or if it does get put down on the dew, it's not going to be affected. It also has flag lock technology with vibrations and features slope, so it has everything on it that something potentially twice the price of this could have, and I know I need to hit this first tee shot around 140 yards, so it is going to be a 5-iron, and for me this is where you can really start to use these products to help you with your game. You can start to learn how far you hit the ball, you can start to learn where to miss and exactly how to improve your golf. And that should be about perfect. Thank you very much for that, Chris.
Still and smooth, it says.
So Chris, you have been a professional caddy on tour before. How important is it to know your distances?
Yeah, so you need to know your distances, you need to know what you've got. A lot of it is more what you need to carry. So this is where obviously it's very important to know your carry numbers. Yes, it's great to say your driver, or let's say your 7-iron even, goes 160 yards, but what does it carry? If it carries 140 yards, that'd be okay here. If it carries 100 yards, that wouldn't make it over the water. So it's important to know those kinds of numbers. I'm going to go with a 4-iron here. Again, just try and fade it around that corner.
Nice.
And get it into the middle. But again, one of the big things with these rangefinders is the slope, which we'll talk about now.
So middle of the fairway here on the first, and like I said, this MILESSEY PF1 does feature slope, so that's something which for me is vital if you do want to come and practice more than anything. Learn just exactly how much of a gradient does affect your yardage. Obviously you can't use that in tournament play. I personally think these should be allowed on the PGA Tour and the DP World Tour. I feel like it would speed things up. A lot of professional caddies disagree with that. Chris, I don't know your thoughts on that, but I personally think that it would just speed things up nicely.
Yeah, I think it certainly would. You can get all the information you need a little bit quicker.
So I have 131 and it's playing 128, so not a huge difference there, but it's nice to know. I'm going to club down instead of clubbing up, and we also get the little flashing green light as well when slope is on, so that people know that you are using slope or not. I'm just going to put it in my pocket actually. So many other devices like this are a little bit heavy, a little bit cumbersome, whereas I quite like the fact I can just kind of throw that in my pocket, to be fair. So MILESSEY sent me this and wanted a kind of real life honest review. So far, pretty impressed for the price. I've pulled that. Get right, get right. It's exactly flag high if you'd like to zoom in, Chris, but I have just pulled it a little bit left. Nice to know the distance there. I do get very lazy when playing golf, and one of my kind of New Year's resolutions really this year, which has gone out the window already, was to start using a rangefinder more and start actually preparing myself with the right distance. You can see there, if you know the distance, it's easier to hit the distance. Right, Chris, you have 71 yards on there. Playing 68 yards, and one thing I like about this as well, you don't have to put batteries in it, you just kind of charge it when you get home. There's nothing worse than if your rangefinder does run out of battery and then you're absolutely screwed. You can just take a little charging device with you and then you know you're never going to run out.
Yeah, so the slope is obviously only 3 difference there, but obviously if you go around your golf course you can certainly start to understand where there is bigger slopes than not, and why you might be not hitting it so close.
Nice, that's a great shot. Go on, stopped pretty dead just at the front of the green there. Lovely shot, sir. And I must admit, guys, the rise of these kind of more value brands in the golfing world for me is absolutely fantastic. We've really enjoyed testing irons such as the Tacoma irons, the Cali irons, also balls such as the Seed balls, the Snell balls, lots of different products that you don't have to break the bank with. And for me, they do a very similar job. This MILESSEY PF1 does feature pretty much everything that you do get on more expensive models, but again, doesn't break the bank with it. These are often lost as well, actually, so it's not as bad to lose it if it's a little bit less expensive. Working in a pro shop, Chris, you see lots of rangefinders handed in, don't you?
Certainly do. And it's amazing how many people don't realise.
Oh, wow.
Oh, what a punt.
I thought that was missing both ways at some point.
To be honest, you and me both. But
right.
It's in.
I've got this for the half. At least I was flag high. I can't believe I got this for the half.
He's going aggressive, he's chipping. Needs the perfect strike. Is it the perfect strike?
No!
Every chance, but that is one down.
Ooh. Just 100 grams that, it was easy to throw, Chris.
100 grams, less than a bag of sugar. So it's 258 yards to the back edge, but it's playing 247 because of the slope. So very deceiving here. So this is like one of the holes at your golf club where you think, well, it's not actually too much downhill. You hit your driver, you know it goes 240. Maybe a little bit firm, run straight into the bunker that you think you can't reach, but that's because of said slope.
Nice. Really interesting that as well. If you watched the Open, guys, last week, you will have seen players playing away from bunkers. Obviously, that is a lot more important on those link style courses with the pot bunkers. But even on here, if I go in that one bunker on the right side of this hole, it's really not where you want to be. So I'm just going to hit a 2-iron down there. This shouldn't be able to reach down there. So just a nice one and then leave a mid-iron in. That's nicely away from the bunker anyway, but even if it was, it wouldn't have reached. Right, so I'm just short of the bunkers here, and Chris, you've absolutely murked yours. That is level with the bunkers. That wasn't the plan.
Flushed it too well with the 4-iron there.
With the Tacoma, and again, that's another budget thing as well, isn't it? Which
yeah,
we've been doing really well with. Right, how far have I got? So I'd be guessing here now. 150's there, we're about 15. I'd be guessing this is around I'd play this as 165. Really interesting to see. Let's see how far it actually is. 163 yards, playing 169 yards. So not a bad guess there. That flag's at the front as well, so I can afford to go to the back. Good knowledge to know when you're one down through one and your playing partner's throwing birdies at you. Right, we need all of this. That'll be good. Be the club. Oh, it's flag high again. I really do need to start putting something like this into play when I play and taking my time a bit. I rush golf far too much, I end up hitting bad shots, missing greens, and my round actually takes longer than if I just take my time a little bit, get a yardage, and hit it flag high. So far, honest impressions on the MILESSEY, very, very good. I do like it. I think one thing it could have is a magnet. That's one thing where I think some of these are a little bit more kind of user friendly, but then it's that light, to be honest. I have just had it in my pocket and it doesn't feel like it's bulging out or really restricting me too much. So there is that to think of. Chris, that's a great tee shot.
What have I got? Show us the magic. Oh, nearly dropped a club.
Look at me, flag high again there. Just living my flag high best life. Give me a number and I'll hit it. So guys, for me, looking at the MILESSEY, one of the huge factors that I really like about this when I have been using it is the flag lock technology or the pin lock technology. I really, really like the idea of this. I like that as soon as you hold it down a little bit longer, you get that vibration, you can feel that you are locked on and you gauge your number there. Problems that I've had in the past with things like this is that sometimes you just can't quite get it. You might think, oh, actually that's the yardage when you've got a tree behind you, and for me that's just not great. That's one of the massive concepts of it. And also the waterproof bag that you do get with it, that is fantastic. It's no messing about with it. There's no magnets on it or anything like that. Just zip it open, take it out, put it back in if it's absolutely hammering it down. But the MILESSEY PF one is of course waterproof when it comes to rain and dew anyway. Now let's get back to this video because I'm not sure if I'm about to have my bum handed to me by Chris. It's like that gap in the tree is made for you getting that yardage, isn't it?
115, but it's playing 119 due to some uphill slope. So change of club.
And that's interesting because you're usually very good with the old eagle eye, aren't you?
I am, but that was, I thought I had about 100, so no BN on that one.
And how often would you have just hit that? Because I know I would, and then you'd be short, because that isn't a flag you want to be short on.
No, you'd have hit it a bit harder normally if I hit it or not got the strike. Lost the hole.
What a player. That is absolutely absurd.
Thank you.
Do you think there's something in this where we should actually take a little bit more time and use, because you do have one on the bag. You've got, I don't know what, yours is like an orange and silver cover on. That is that's a MILESSEY, if I can get this open. You've got slope on there as well.
Slope on and off. So again, I've used that one a while. You can get this one on Amazon. You can get most of these on Amazon as well. So slope on and off, USB as well. So I've been using this for a while and it's certainly helped me out.
Must admit, I much prefer the look of mine. That's just a little bit more smaller and... Oh, yours has got a magnet on.
There you go, thanks for calling.
Yeah, oh, fair enough then.
But again, yours does go, it's a little bit light, a little bit smaller as you can see next to each other. But again, that one fits in your pocket nicely, nice and smooth, different finish.
Yeah, you can sort of move this round as well, you know, if it's a little bit blurry and you can get the perfect vision on it. So all in all, really impressed with that, to be honest. I like that flashing green light as well. It tells you if it's on or not.
Yeah, I like it.
Right, that might be two birdies in two for Christopher, which is annoying, very annoying.
So the rangefinder that I have is the PF2D, a little bit cheaper than the PF1, but again, going on size, it might be size matters in being smaller, James.
Right, well, I think I need this, Chris, to be fair.
I think you do.
We're
as
going to
well.
have a straight shootout on the par 3. Great putt.
I mean, I'll give it you for a 4.
Yeah, I want to see yours in, to be fair. That was a great shot though, with getting the right distance. You can see it's pitched pretty much exactly where you would want it in all realistic terms.
Bad. Stopped pretty quick.
Chris is on for birdieing every hole in today's video.
Fantastic greens here at Woolley Park. Augusta behind us being cut.
Yeah, look at that behind. Lads are all working the socks off. Unbelievable.
2 for 2, that's victory.
Chris is 2 under through 2. Right, next hole, winner takes all.
Oof.
But you can potentially have birdied every hole in today's video.
Ah.
It's never happened before.
PF2D.
Right, some would say we're 2 down. Others would say it's winner takes all. I just want to see if Chris can birdie every hole, to be honest. So we have, it says 149 on the board, and we have 135 playing 140. Into a bit of a breeze actually. I reckon this is playing more like 155. I'm going to hit a little chippy 6 iron. Got 2 clubs, haven't I?
Oh, using a lot.
2 clubs. I'll get it again because we were a little bit forward. 145 playing 150. One of the things I like about this, and again, this is just an honest opinion. MILESSEY did ask for an honest opinion. I do like it because some other kind of rangefinders, I struggle. My hand shakes a little bit and it takes ages to lock, and sometimes I have got the trees at the back. I don't seem to get that with this one, which is a really nice bit about it. Just a cutty one in, Chris, off that V-shaped tree.
All right.
Like that.
It's a good shot.
I mean, come on. Did you see that ball fly?
Not bad.
That was delightful. It does give you just a little bit more confidence. Let me get... I know what you're thinking.
Bit of sand and seed.
Sand and seed.
Fill and
Tap.
tap.
That's how you should leave it. I'll put it back because you're going to thin yours like all your other shots.
Flush is what it calls. You know what Tiger said? When he was flushing it, he never took a divot.
Well, yeah, but that was a joke, wasn't it? You knew that, don't you?
Yeah, he flushed it. Never took a divot.
He was taking the mick out of Scotty Scheffler. Nice. Yeah, great shot.
Oh, a 10-footer.
2 balls that should be flag high.
Oh, I'll just...
That's a lot for such a shallow divot. Thought you've over-egged that. Oh, you've gone a different way. You see, I like to think that the spade is the same width of the golf club, so you've made a mess of that. You've made a right big zero of that. So we've got this divot here compared to this one. Guys, comment below what's the best divot fill. I think I know what you're going to say. That's poor.
Right, Jim, struck it a bit too well.
Yeah, I must admit it looked really good in the air and it was bang on line. You can see it's pitched just here, but with it being a lower flighted shot, it has run out on me. Chris, yours is flag high again. You've got that for 3 birdies on the bounce.
It ran down. Ooh. I mean, it was positive.
Well, I had to go for it, didn't I?
I've
not done a lot wrong on this video and I feel like I've been beaten heavily, but anyway.
Should have used a PF1.
Yeah, yours is pitched just there. Chris can come back nicely. You can see what's happened. Do you hit an 8 by any chance?
An 8 iron is what I hit, correct?
Yeah. Well repaired as well, that.
No.
Tell you what. Oh, he has as well. That is unbelievable.
Thank you very much. I'll get this person's divots.
That's unreal.
What a roll that was. Up the Milesseey.
So guys, yeah, quick review there on the MILESSEY PF1. Really enjoyed that, to be honest. Something which I need to start doing more of. I can't see a fault.
You're right.
Yeah, I can't see a fault with it myself. It locks on, it's waterproof, it's light, it's everything you do want for it. There's a link in the description if you do want one. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I take it he wants to carry on playing because he's 3 under through 3. And on that note, I'll see you guys at the same time tomorrow. Goodbye. Oh.